Okay, so hey guys, I'm Ashley and I'm currently 32 weeks pregnant. I decided to make this vlog. This one is going to cover how I feel going to a private Christian university and being pregnant. So Vanguard has a contract that we sign. Some of the rules are no drinking, even if you're 21, no smoking, no weed, no cigarettes, no hookah, no social dancing, like clubbing, things like that, no sex before marriage. And those are just some of the rules that I broke. So, on top of that, you have to attend chapel like 30 times a semester, which isn't just on Sundays, let me be clear. Also, and if you go on Sundays, it doesn't count. Another is we have to take Bible classes, which is perfectly fine because I wanted to learn more. But they were like the classes that brought my GPA way down. Like, they were the hardest classes I've ever took in my entire life. And I think it was mainly because they expected you to know this much, and then they started there and then move forward. And it's like, I don't know any of this. Like, so that was like a real eye-opener. I should have like spoke to my professors more, but I didn't. But yeah, so, and then basically if you break a rule, you go to the SCC, which is like a student care committee, and they basically condemn you for your behavior. I've been sent to SCC 3 times, and the first time was because I got in a fight with someone. Personally, if somebody comes into your room and you ask them to leave and they don't, and then you get in their face and ask them to leave, and then they push you, damn straight I'm gonna hit you. Like, what? I told you to leave and you're choosing not to leave. This is my bedroom. Like, bye. So even to this day, I don't think I did anything wrong, but I had to go in front of the panel, and they were basically like, so how did you grow up? Why would you think that that's acceptable? And in my opinion, I'm thinking like anybody would act like that. Anybody would freaking punch someone if they push them, right? Like, what? I was so bothered by that because I know I didn't do anything wrong, and they just like kept like saying like I did, and it's like, no, I didn't do anything wrong. The second time was basically because I told myself I wanted counseling, and the counseling center was like, we're booked. So I told my RD, who was like in charge of the entire building, I told her like, yeah, the other night I blacked out. She was like, I'm gonna have to report that. I'm like, okay, perfect. So then I got into counseling, plus I got to meet with my RD, which was, so meeting with my RD was more like talking, it like stands for residence director, but meeting with her, it was more about like, how are you doing weekly? Meeting with my counselor was more like, okay, so let's get through like this childhood pain, blah, 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 blah. Like, work through it, let's talk about it, that kind of thing. So that was cool. And then the third time, my RD had asked me like, oh, how's the drinking going? And I was like, it kind of slipped up. So then I got sent back to SCC, and the guy basically made me feel like as if I broke a promise. And he even said that. He said, how do you feel breaking contract? And I said, you know, like, personally, I don't really feel that bad, but I was like trying to like stay a Vanguard, so I didn't know what to say. And he's like, well, how would you feel if you broke a promise to a friend? As if that's the same thing. Like, I mean, you know, before I was pregnant, like, sometimes I would forget to wear my seatbelt, but that didn't mean that I felt guilty about breaking the law. Like it's kind of like the same thing, but it's just very odd that he said that because I didn't know what he wanted me to say. So those were like the 3 instances where I got sent to SCC. But so basically, talking about me walking around campus, I feel as if people are staring at me, like I did something wrong, like as if I don't have a face. They literally will like stare at my stomach, like, like what? Like she's pregnant, like. Or they'll be sitting at a table talking to their friends. Everyone turns around and like looks at me, and I'm like as if I don't notice that. So that's just like really uncomfortable, and it makes me feel like they're judging me, which personally I don't care if you judge me, but don't make it so awkward. Like I want to be able to just walk around campus and like, mind my own business. I'm not minding yours, so don't stare at me. Another thing is that something I noticed was that people have asked me like, oh my gosh, like, how did your family feel? As if I just like broke them or something, or like if they're like still in charge of my life. It's like, I mean, my family was pretty happy for me. I mean, they like Nick. There was really no one was really disappointed in me. My mom made it very clear, like, you're not 15 years old, you've traveled the world, you've done a lot of things that other 21-year-olds haven't done, so you shouldn't feel ashamed of what's to come. So my mom made me feel really like a lot better about myself. And also my mom, she just had a baby a month ago. So, that takes the pressure off, like having to have multiple kids, because basically our kids are going to grow up together, and I think that's really cool. So I'm really excited for that. But yeah, so that's basically like a summary of how I feel being at Vanguard. And the majority of my friends here have been like really supportive. They've always like let me go and talk to them, bitch about what's happening, that kind of thing. So I'm really like thankful for that. And right now I'm currently like, my baby shower for down south is gonna be on Saturday, so I'm like trying to get everything together and like so I can make it perfect for everyone, and like just have a good time. That's what I'm looking forward to. So thank you for watching, and I will show you my belly. This is my 32-week belly. My designer maternity jeans. They were super cute. I got them from Expecting. So when you're pregnant, go there and get some. Thanks guys, bye.